I am an inventor. I have been since I was a child. That's what I do. I enjoy doing it and invent things and think about things all day long.
I've always wanted to be an inventor since I was little. And something breaks and you're trying to figure out a better way to use it or do it.
I've always been intrigued by the way things work.
I always wanted to just solve really cool, interesting, hard problems.
The first thing that I invented, back when I was a little child and put together toys in new ways to make a little boat.
So what have you invented since then?
Oh my goodness. I have 42 patents.
It's still a relatively early stage for my most recent inventions that actually might become practical. But it could be that they will become part of the fabric of our digital lifestyle. Interconnectedness.
When I was in 5th grade, I'm not making this up, in 5th grade was my first invention.
I was tinkering a lot when I was like 6 or 7, and I remember I used to name and number my inventions, and so I went all the way to number 40 or so.
At one time, I actually dreamt an invention. I was working on a couple of things, and I woke up in the middle of the night dreaming the solution and actually got up and punched it into the computer.
Well, my very first invention didn't work. I was 4 years old, and I invented something that would let us go faster than the speed of light. And ever since then, I've been thinking of new ways of things that we could do, breaking the rules.
There's a famous quote somewhere that after it's invented, you know it's done if it's beautiful. And once you actually can stand back and you can see the elegance, that's when you know that you've actually invented something.
A lot of inventions come from that spontaneous spark of 2 or 3 different people contributing an idea. But I've also had the ones where I chew on them for weeks or days, and on the drive into work or actually in the shower on occasion, I get that aha moment.
It's sort of looking around and seeing what's missing. It's much, much harder. It's sort of seeing the white space and sort of being aware of the white space. But I often try and figure out what are people either assuming that they shouldn't be assuming, or what are they overlooking that shows an opportunity for invention.
There are times where you spend a lot of time looking very hard at something and something just pops into your head.
I think invention is trial and error, so you actually try a lot of things to get something really great.
Obviously an invention's a noun just because, just structurally, it's a noun.
To me, invention is both a verb and a noun. A lot of words are polysemic. They can have different meanings.
For me, it's a verb, because the process of invention, I see it as very action-oriented.
I guess I usually view it as a verb, as a process, as a thought process. So I guess I view it as an action, so more of a verb.
I would call it a verb. You're always doing it. You're always inventing, for sure.
Invention is a verb. You have to do something.
Neither. Both. It's technically a noun.